Hi all, in this lecture let us explore some more problems on probability density function and distribution function. A random variable capital X has the following probability function for various values of X. The table is given. In this table we don't know the value of alpha and beta. Find alpha and beta if this condition is satisfied. So here only one condition is given. Using this condition we are going to find out the values of alpha and beta. Now let us solve. Write down the given condition. Now we are going to solve this equation. Bring 4x minus 3 to the left hand side of this x square. So x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Solve the equation within the brackets. So you will get x equal to 1 or x equal to 3. Rewrite the equation again. So here we are going to find out the condition that probability of x equal to 1 or probability or x equal to 3 is 1 by 2. Since we are having OR condition, we are going to add these two probabilities. And from the table, probability of x equal to 1 is alpha and probability of x equal to 3 is 1 by 6. Therefore, adding these two, we get the value of alpha, but we don't know the value of beta. Only one condition is given, but we know by default that if we have a probability function, the sum of all the probabilities will be equal to 1. Now using this condition, we are going to add all the probabilities from the table, which is equal to 1. Now solving this equation, you know the value of alpha, substitute 1 by 3 and find out the value of beta, which is 1 by 8. Thus we have obtained the values of alpha and beta from the table. Now let us solve another question. A random variable x takes the values minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 such that these two conditions are satisfied. This is our first condition and this is our second condition. Using these two conditions, we are going to find out the discrete probability distribution, mean, standard deviation and cumulative distribution function. Now from the question, it is obvious that our random variable is a discrete random variable because all these values are integer values, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now you should not come under an assumption that a random variable will always be positive. It can also be negative. Okay. Now let us solve. We have to find the probability distribution, isn't it? Now I am going to construct the table where the values of x is written here, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. But we don't know the corresponding probabilities. Let us call it as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. So the probability of x equal to minus 3 is A. Probability of x equal to minus 2 is B. And the probability of x equal to minus 1 is C. Probability of x equal to 0 is D. And so and so. Now let us find out all the values of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now write down the first condition which is given. Okay. Now from this condition, x is less than 0. The random variable which takes the value less than 0 is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Okay. So in the right hand side, we are going to add out the probabilities. And you know probability of x equal to 0 is D. And probability of x equal to minus 3 is A. Okay, and so B plus C. We have got our first equation using the first condition. Now also they have given the second condition, isn't it? Now in the second condition, you can take a look on the random values, which is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so except at the value of the random variable x equal to 0, all the probabilities are same. Okay, that is except D. All the values A, B, C, E, F, G all are same. All the probabilities are same except the probability at x equal to 0. Okay. So here except D, all the values are same. That is, let us call all the values as A itself. Now from this equation which we have just now derived, you know that except D, all the values are same. Now I am going to write D is equal to A plus A plus A. Therefore D is equal to 3A. We have got an equation. And also we know that sum of all the probabilities is 1. Okay. So I have I have found out the total of all the probabilities, and which is equal to 1. Okay, and you know that all the probabilities are equal except D. So A plus A plus A plus D. D is nothing but 3 times A plus A plus A plus A equal to 1. Now solving this, we get 9A equal to 1, and the value of A is 1 by 9, and therefore the value of D is 3A, which is 1 by 3. So we have found out A as well as D. Now you know that all the values, all the probabilities are same except D. Therefore, if A is 1 by 9, B, C, E, F, G are all 1 by 9. Okay. Now let us write down the distribution. That means we are going to construct the table. So we have substitute all the values of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now let us find out the cumulative distribution function. You know how to find out the cumulative distribution function. That is, you have to go on summing up. 1 by 9, the first value will be 1 by 9 itself. The second value will be 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9, which is 2 by 9. The third value will be, you have to add these 3. So it is 3 by 9. So the next value will be, you have to add these 4. So which is 6 by 9. And you have to add all these up to 1, so which is 7 by 9, and then you have to add all these up to 2, which is 8 by 9, add all these up to 3, which is 9 by 9, which is equal to 1. I hope you know what is this. It is nothing but sum of all the probabilities, and it will always be 1. Thus we have found out cumulative distribution function. Now let us find out mean. You know, according to this formula, we have to multiply the random variable along with its probability, minus 3 into 1 by 9 plus minus 2 into 1 by 9 plus minus 1 into 1 by 9 plus 0 into 1 by 9 plus 3 into 1 by 9 plus 2 into 1 by 9 plus 1 into 1 by n. Upon adding, you get mu as 0, and standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance. Now let us find out variance first. So variance is nothing but, you know, this is the formula, that is, you have to square the random variable and multiply with the probability. So 9 into 1 by 9 plus 4 into 1 by 9 plus 1 into 1 by 9 plus 0 square into 1 by 9, 1 by 3 plus 9 into 1 by 9 plus 4 into 1 by 9 plus 1 into 1 by 9 minus, you have to subtract mean square, which is 0 square. Thus we get 28 by 9, but this is our variance. We need a standard deviation, which is square root of variance. So this is our standard deviation. Now let us explore another problem. Consider a lot of 10 items containing 3 defectives, from which a sample of 4 items is drawn at random. Let the random variable capital X denote the number of defective items in the sample. Find probability mass function, probability that X is less than 1, and distribution function. Now let us find out the solution. From the lot containing 10 items, it is given that 3 are defectives. That means the remaining 7 are non-defectives. Okay, so here we have a lot containing 10 items, out of which 7 are non-defective and 3 are defectives. Now from this lot, we are going to select 4 items at random. Okay, so from this 10, we are going to select 4 items. Now we have a sample of only 4 items. Now from 10 items, selecting 4 items can be done in 10C4 ways. Now let X be a random variable which will count the number of defective items in the sample. Please make sure our sample consists of only 4 items. Okay, so X will count the number of defective items in the sample of 4 items. That means X can take the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means all the 4 items which is drawn from 10 items. Okay, all the 4 items may not be defective, therefore X equal to 0. Out of 4, only 1 is defective, therefore X equal to 1. Out of 4, only 2 are defective, so X equal to 2. And out of 4, 3 are defective, X equal to 3. And all the 4 are defective, therefore X equal to 4. So these are the only values that X can take. and since all the values are discrete, we call it as a discrete random variable. Now let us find out the probabilities of all the values one by one. Now probability of x equal to 0. 0 means none of the samples are defective out of 4 items which has been drawn. Okay, so we have a lot here, 10 out of 10 items. From the defective part, we are selecting 0 items. That means we are not at all selecting any items from defective. But from non-defective part, we are selecting 4 items. So on a total, we get 4 plus 0, which is 4. That means from 7 items, we are taking 4 items. From 3 items, we are not at all taking any item. So the probability will be 7C4 into 3C0 divided by total number of ways, which is 10C4. Okay, by calculating using, you can use calculator, we get 1 by 6. Probability of x equal to 1. That means out of 4 items, only 1 is defective. So from this lot, we are choosing only 1 defective from defective items. So from 3, we are selecting 1 item. And remaining 3 items is being selected from 7 items. Okay. So therefore, probability of x equal to 1 will be 7C3 into 3C1. See, remember the total must be 4 because we have only a sample of 4 items. So 3 items plus 1 item will give you 4 items, and the probability will be 7C3 into 3C1 divided by total number of possibilities, 10C4. So which is 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of x equal to 2 means 2 defectives from a sample of 4 items. Okay, so from this 3 items, from this blue colored region, we are selecting only 2 defectives. Okay, from this grey colored region, we are selecting 2 items. So 2 plus 2 will be 4. Okay, so the probability will be 7C2 into 3C2 divided by total number of ways, which will be 3 by 10. Probability of x equal to 3. 3 defectives from a sample of 4 items. Okay, that means all the 3 we are selecting from this blue colored region, which is defective regions. Okay, so 3 items and 1 item from non-defective region, which is grey colored region. Okay, so 1 item plus 3 item will be 4 items. So the probability will be 7C1 into 3C3 divided by total number of ways, which is 1 by 30. Now probability of x equal to 4 is 0. Why it is so? Because we know that we cannot select 4 defective items from 3 defective items. See, in this blue colored region, we only have 3 items, isn't it? Now from this 3, we cannot select 4 items, which is not possible. Therefore, the probability will be 0. Now let us construct the table. So we have written all the values of the random variables 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I have not yet simplified the values because you can see here all these values are simplified, isn't it? But here I have not simplified because we have a common denominator. So I kept it as it is without simplifying, which will help me in finding the cumulative distribution function. Now let us first find out probability of x less than 1. That means add all the probabilities up to 1. Okay, you can see here from the table a random variable which is less than 1 is nothing but 0. So find the probability of x equal to 0, which is 35 by 210. Now let us find out the distribution function. See, I told you since we have a common denominator, it is easy for me to find out the distribution function. The first value will be same, 35 by 210. Second value will be 35 by 210 plus 105 by 210, which is 140 by 210. The third value will be 140 by 210. 140 by 210 plus 63 by 210, which is 203 by 10. The fourth value will be 203 by 210 plus 7 by 210, which is 210 by 210. I have explained in brief how to find out the distribution function in my first lecture. You can go through the first lecture.